I will take the glory, wealth, and fame of anybody that rents my house. May my tenant's fortune become mine, and mine alone.
Before you move into any rented apartment, ask questions, observe well, do your findings. Some roofs hide more than just walls. They hide darkness. Emma had just passed out of the NYSC orientation camp, happy, full of life, ready to begin his 1-year service as a teacher in a town he'd never been to before. But there was no corpers lodge provided. He had to find a place himself. After asking around, someone mentioned a certain Chief Austin. Go to him, they said. He doesn't collect rent from core members. He has a whole compound, many empty rooms. Out of desperation, Emma went. When he arrived at the compound, he felt it. That strange silence. The air wasn't right. It was too still, like the compound itself was holding its breath. The building was an old face me, I face you, narrow room stacked side by side with one long corridor. The paint on the walls had long given up. Cracks lined the floors like veins. But what stood out wasn't the building. It was the tree, right in the center of the compound. A tall, dry-looking tree with twisted branches that looked like arms wide open, as if it wanted to hug someone or hold them down. Emma swallowed. What kind of tree is this? He muttered to himself. He looked around and saw a tenant. They didn't greet. In fact, they didn't speak. Before he could think further, a man appeared, well-dressed, big belly, gold ring on his finger. Ah, my son, the man said with a smile. You're welcome. What brings you here? Emma introduced himself quickly and explained his need for a room. Chief Austin laughed warmly. You don't need to worry about rent, my dear copper. You can move in today. Take this key. Room 77. Room 77. Emma smiled. He was grateful. It all seemed like a miracle. He didn't know he just stepped into a story that would change him forever. Emma packed his small belongings into room 77. It wasn't much, just a narrow room with a tiny window and a creaky wooden bed. But it would do. It's just for 1 year, he said to himself. I'll manage. That night, after settling in, he rang his mother, the woman who had raised him with nothing but grit and prayers. He told her about Chief Austin and his generous offer. Anne, that's good, she said, her voice warm over the phone. God will bless that man for helping you. Emma smiled, unaware that sleep was about to usher him into the first sign of trouble. That night, Emma had a strange dream. A man, tall and dark, wearing a full masquerade costume, was chasing him through a forest. Drums were beating in the background. He ran and ran, but the masquerade kept coming. Its eyes glowed red. Its laughter echoed like thunder. He woke up suddenly, his heart pounding, shirt soaked, but he chuckled, trying to shake it off. It's just tiredness, camp wahala, and that long journey, he said aloud. But deep down, something didn't feel right.
The name of the tenant in room 77 is Emma. Oh, deity.
Ran, but the masquerade kept coming. Its eyes glowed red. Its laughter echoed like thunder. He woke up suddenly, his heart pounding, shirt soaked, but he chuckled, trying to shake it off. It's just tiredness, camp wahala, and that long journey, he said aloud. But deep down, something didn't feel right. A few days later, Emma was preparing to leave for school when he saw Chief Austin by the corridor. He was speaking with a man dressed in white shirt and black trousers, Bible tucked under one arm. Ah, Emma, Chief Austin called out. Come meet Pastor Timothy. He'll be your neighbor, room 78. Emma smiled. At last, he wouldn't feel so alone in this strange compound. Pastor Timothy moved in later that day, but it didn't last long. On the second night around 1:30 a.m., Emma was fast asleep when he was startled by shouting, Blood of Jesus, I bind you. You evil spirit, out! Emma sat up. His heart jumped. The voice was coming from room 78. He crept closer to his door, listening. He could hear furniture being knocked over, glass shattering, a man's voice praying loud and fast, then a scream, a heavy thud, then silence. Morning hadn't even fully broken when Emma opened his door and saw Pastor Timothy, sweating, limping, Bible still clutched to his chest, storming out of room 78. He didn't greet anyone. He didn't say goodbye. He just walked out of the compound with fear in his eyes, like he had seen something that shouldn't exist. Emma stood frozen. Something wasn't right. And now he was alone again. Moments later, Emma watched from his doorway as Chief Austin walked slowly to room 78. He wasn't in a hurry. He wasn't even looking around. He locked the room, clipped the keys to his wrapper, and walked away, not saying a word to anyone. That small act, that quiet locking of a door, it told Emma everything he needed to know. Something wasn't right in that house. From that night on, Emma stayed alert. His ears picked up even the softest footsteps. He avoided drinking too much at night. He didn't want to be caught unawares. One particular evening, he stayed up preparing his lesson notes. The wind outside was oddly still. Not a single bird chirped. Even the building seemed too quiet. Then the lights flickered. First once, then again. Fourth. The bulb blinked once more, then died. Emma froze. From outside, a strange rhythm echoed faintly, something like humming, and the clinking of metal. Curiosity dragged him to the window. Quietly, he pulled the curtain to the side and peeped through. What he saw made his blood run cold. There, under the moonlight, was Chief Austin. He was dressed in nothing but a red wrapper, barefoot, chest bare, and in his hand, he held a bunch of keys that glimmered like silver. He was dancing, not happily, but rhythmically, slowly, circling the tall, twisted tree in the center of the compound. The tree looked even more unnatural now, with its long, crooked limbs stretched wide like a man waiting to be hugged.